and she has been in Kenya for many times. So I want to know how she feels about it today. Probably, can you tell me? Please?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you have a new constitution and that will no longer have Britain involved in the same way. You will have complete independence from Britain in the constitution. I think it's very exciting, and I think it's like a new beginning for Kenya, which is great. I've visited Kenya a few times and spoken to people, and I suppose from that I've got a sense of how much pain there is in some ways from the history of British rule in Kenya from all those years ago, and that still has had big effects on Kenya, but also the strength of connection between our two countries, and the way that one of the things I found very touching as a British or English person in Kenya was how well Kenyan people understood English culture, because a new English history, and and the way, of course, that you can travel to anywhere in the country, and very likely you will meet people who you can speak to in English. And I found that very, very special, particularly when I travelled out and met with Turkana people in the Lodwar region, and young boys, 17, 16-year-old boys, I could have real conversations with about their lives and so on. So I feel that for me it's been, that's made Kenya come alive for me as a country, but also I have a sense that it's been very complex, the relationship with Britain. So this really is an exciting opportunity for Kenya.
So are you looking forward to seeing Kenya develop itself?
I would love to go back to Kenya and see the changes that have happened since, the way election and so on. With the development of Kenya now, yes, I'm really looking forward. I think it could become, one of the countries that has a huge opportunity for change.
Yeah, I think one of the problems that we didn't get this independence was that the Kenyans were not able to take care of themselves in 1963. But Romeo, do you think they are now able to take care of themselves? Because now they have their new government, they have chosen their people.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, as a British person, it's hard to really feel that knowledgeable. I still feel like someone who never knows. But from my own personal reactions, I was very impressed, and I felt it was something that I haven't really seen in Europe. The way that two such opposing parties after the election, when there had been so much violence and hostility, actually came together and formed a coalition and found a way of working together. And it seemed to me a very mature thing to do, and in some way quite an African thing to do, actually, to be able to form alliances in such very difficult situations.
So you trust them?
Yeah, wow. I just think it's exciting time.
Yeah. Do you think British people are going to be affected when they don't have any attachments in Kenya?
I don't know. I'll watch the news tonight and I'll see how much is on the news. I mean, one of the sad things I think about, some very big events happen in parts of Africa and other parts of the world which don't get anything like the mention on the British news that they deserve, and I think that's very sad. But it will be, I'm sure there will be a lot of coverage on Twitter and on Facebook, and for more and more people use other sources to get knowledge, and I'm sure there will be a lot of interest in those places.
Yeah.
I hope it will be covered properly on the British news, and that people will be, cheering Kenya on.
Yeah. So you were working with the company, the Osfarm in England, which has been really doing a lot in Africa. What do you expect that African people should do to develop their own countries?
That's a big question. I have to say, I work in the IT department. I don't work in development in Oxfam.
Yeah.
I think one of the things Kenya has done recently, which I think is very powerful, is I know the Kenyan government has supported the laying of the cable to bring broadband to Kenya, and that will connect Kenya, and it makes the possibility of a real solid IT industry growing up and becoming on a world stage in Kenya, much as it has, and that's been a real source for development in several other countries historically. So maybe Kenya can be the next IT centre of the world. I don't know.
Wow,
But,
we wish to see Kenya develop that far. Yeah, we're looking forward. So thanks, Romney.
Great to meet
so
you
much.
and good luck.
And it was nice meeting you.